afternoon. Welcome to News Now. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari on Friday held a closed-door meeting with Ondo State Governor Olusegun Mimiko at the presidential villa in Abuja. Mimiko arrived at 12 p.m. and was ushered to the president's office. The meeting came less than 24 hours after the Independent National Electoral Commission picked Jimoh Ibrahim as the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the state, replacing Eyitayo Jegede. INEC says it replaced Jegede with Ibrahim following an order from a federal high court in Abuja. Now, the decision sparked protest in the southwestern state. Activities in the state capital of Akure were at a standstill as residents stayed indoors, fearing that the protest may turn violent. Security personnel comprising men of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Nigerian Police Force and the Nigerian Army have now been stationed at key areas in the state, and the police have assured residents of their safety. Speaking after the meeting with the president, Mimiko said he decided to visit Buhari to warn him of the imminent danger in the decision, which he described as injustice to the people of the state. He says Buhari had assured him that he would look into the issue with a view to ensuring that where there's injustice, it would be rectified. Meanwhile, Eyitayo Jegede has asked his supporters to remain calm, saying he is exploring legal options on his candidacy. Jegede says he's gone to the Court of Appeal to overturn the decision and expressed optimism that justice would be done. He urged his supporters to remain calm and steadfast in the struggle. The People's Democratic Party has also reacted to the situation in Ondo State. The party in a statement warned the authorities against allowing the crisis in Ondo State to smolder, saying it is capable of bringing down the government. Troops of the Joint Task Force, codenamed Operation Delta Save, have arrested 44 suspected members of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, in Biafra State, southern Nigeria. A statement by the coordinator of the Joint Media Campaign Center, Lieutenant Colonel Olaolu Daudu, revealed that troops of Sector 2 carried out the operation. The statement further said that the arrest was in fulfillment of the troops' mandate to rid the Niger Delta region of crude oil theft, sea robbery, all forms of criminality, and protection of oil and gas infrastructure. The arrested persons, according to the troops, were planning to establish Bielsa State chapter of the banned IPOB group and disrupt public peace within the state. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari on Thursday launched a $10 billion infrastructure investment program to end the unrest in the country's Niger Delta region. The president also says he will meet with leaders in the region next Tuesday to discuss ways to end the unrest in that region. He was speaking at the unveiling of the 7 Big Wins roadmap, a short to medium-term strategy framework to grow the country's oil and gas sector. The 7 implements of this blueprint include solving the Niger Delta development and security problems, policy and regulation reforms, business environment and investment drive, transparency and efficiency, stakeholders management and international coordination, gas revolution, and finally refineries and local production capacity. The Nigerian Senate says it will begin a debate on an amended Petroleum Industry Bill, PIB. The bill is meant to change everything from taxes to overhauling state oil firm NNPC, environmental rules and revenue sharing, but its comprehensive nature has caused dispute among lawmakers. The Senate says it has now broken the bill into different parts to address various aspects of the oil industry. The plan, according to Senate President Bukola Saraki, is to ensure that the aspects of the old laws that are not controversial are quickly passed, while the other areas that require more consultations will come later. Nigeria's Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, has appealed to the country's oil unions, the National Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, and the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria to shelve their planned strike. The unions had on Wednesday issued a 21-day ultimatum to the Nigerian government to intervene in the mass retrenchment of some of its members. They say if the government fails to intervene, they will embark on a fresh strike action. Ngige has now appealed to the unions to suspend the planned strike, assuring that government will hold several meetings with the management of the oil companies to look at ways to stop the retrenchment. National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, John Oyegun, has hailed President Muhammadu Buhari as, quote, God sent to Nigerians. Speaking at a forum in Kano on Friday, Oyegun says God sent Buhari at a period when Nigeria was on the verge of collapse. expressing optimism that the economy would soon bounce back. Oyegun commended the president for being so frugal with every amount that accrued to the nation. He also urged Nigerians to get behind the president in his anti-corruption war. President of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, has advised the government to take back the power sector and give it to people who have enough money and understanding on how to operate it. Speaking at an event in Plateau State, that's not central Nigeria, Dangote said the privatization of the power sector was done wrongly because proper research was not conducted on those who were acquiring the sector. He says the entire nation is being held to ransom because of this decision made by the government, adding that if there's no power, there'll be no growth, as most industries depend on power to reach maximum capacity. Nigeria's Army Chief of Staff now, Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai, has received the award for the most distinguished Chief of Army Staff of the decade. The award, which was presented by the Coalition of Civil Societies and Media Executives for Good Governance in Nigeria, is in recognition of his exemplary leadership and commitment to duty and the fight against insurgency in the northeast of the country. A representative of the Army Chief at the ceremony, Major General Segun Adesina, says the award is proof that the Army is indeed winning the war against Boko Haram.
It is, however, pertinent to state that the moderate successes recorded so far in enhancing national security in terms of fighting insurgency and terrorism and other criminal activities would not have been possible without the support of the good people of Nigeria and avid determination of the government, the media, civil society organizations, and the dogged posture of officers and men of the Nigerian Army in synergy with the other security agencies. This award, therefore, is valued as a morale booster for the Nigerian Army, not to relent in the discharge of its constitutional roles towards enhancing sustainable peace in Nigeria.
President Buratai is a man whom nature has brought to head the army at this time for history, to rescue us from the dreaded Boko Haram insurgency. I'm no doubt indeed that I'm better qualified and ready to take the gauntlet to share this occasion, as you all know very well. I have been at the top of security affairs of this nation for a long time. It is my singular honor to say that the honor sure does justice to the present Chief of Army Staff as a recipient.
We are gathered here to honor a great and gallant soldier who has shown exemplary leadership equally to the Nigerian Army. He is a great Nigerian who symbolizes open and teamwork. In fact, I lack adequate words to describe him. He is a great Nigerian and a respected son of Borno State. General, we are proud of you. When Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai was appointed as the Chief of Army Staff, 21 local government areas in Borno, 8 local government areas in Adamawa, and 4 local government areas in Yobe were under the control of these insurgents. Today, by the grace of Almighty God and the gallantry of the Nigerian Armed Force, all these occupied areas have been liberated. Our prayer is that may the Almighty Allah give the Chief of Army Staff the courage, good health, wisdom to continue to give the desired leadership to the Nigerian Army and his fatherland.
The trial of Abiodun Agbile, an aide of Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose, commenced on Thursday in Abuja, with the first prosecution witness providing a detailed account of how the accused supervised the disbursement of 1.2 billion naira to the bank account of Sylvan McNamara, a company allegedly owned by the sons of a former Minister of State for Defense, Musiliu Obanikoro. The money is part of the 4.7 billion naira that was allegedly transferred from the account of the Office of the National Security Advisor. Agbile is facing an 11-count charge of fraud before Justice Nnamdi Dingba of the Federal High Court, sitting in Maitama, Abuja, for allegedly diverting 1.2 billion naira from the office of the former National Security Advisor, Sambo Dasuki.
What he was objecting to is that they needed to have been given notice. And the court said that is not an issue that should derail the merits of the case. And I joined it today for trial. And trial has started today. Our main principal witness has given evidence, reading out the details of the transaction. And we have adjourned till 14th and 17th of November for further proceedings, by which time the state expectedly will conclude with that first witness after tendering some other vital documents, and then submit the witness for cross-examination by the defense. The document that was tendered today is the statement of the main witness. And that document is very, very detailed because it stated all the particulars of the transaction, including monies that went into various accounts and all that.
We have started very well. I don't entertain any fears that justice will be served at the end of the day. We are watching them to see if they can build up any case. But so far, they've not built up any case at all. They're just talking about some money being moved to Akure Airport. The origin of the money, we don't know. The participation of the accused persons, we do not know. It is during the time of cross-examination that we will know when we have started.
Corruption not in my country.
How work?
Oh, correct, Oga.
What is it that you are doing?
Oga, they command the part now. Make we go sell for.
Oga, na correct kuza be this so. Oga Titus and him boys them. They do am. They will command the original parts, sell them, make plenty kuza.
No wonder our customers bring the generator back to our workshop because they bad. And not because of stuff.
Now because they overuse the generator. Plus say NEPA no they give them electricity.
Before I open my eye, Makachuku look at my dog in the heaven. Replace this original generator parts back inside this generator of my customer. In short, before we do frog jump. One, frog jump. 1, 2, 1. Stealing of generator parts or changing of original parts to a fake one. That is the corruption. Not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Welcome back. The Naira on Friday weakened again to 470 to the dollar in the parallel market despite the intervention of the Central Bank of Nigeria. The depreciation comes after the local currency recovered to close at 465 at the parallel market the previous day. Traders say the CBN on Friday met with Bureau de Change operators and Travelex to evolve measures to halt the persistent slide of the currency. The move is suspected to ensure a rise in the currency value next week. Exxon Corporation, an international oil and gas company, says it has discovered a reserve of 1 billion barrels of oil in Bayelsa State, southern Nigeria. According to the multinational corporation, the significant discovery has a potential recoverable resource of between 500 million and 1 billion barrels of oil on the Owowo field offshore Nigeria. The company says it is encouraged by the development and intends to continue its research in the area. Oil prices edged lower on Friday over doubts that OPEC and non-OPEC oil producers will be able to agree on an output cut big enough to curb a global glut that has weighed on markets for 2 years. Brent crude futures were down 16 cents at $50.31 a barrel, while U.S. crude was down 27 cents at $49.45 a barrel. Experts from the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries and counterparts from other oil-producing nations such as Russia started a two-day negotiation on Friday over an output capping agreement expected to be presented at the end of next month. However, disagreements remain over which members should be exempt from a cap to reduce output to a range of 32.5 to 33 million barrels per day. Burundi's Justice Minister Amy Amy Laurentine Kenyana says the country will officially leave the International Criminal Court on October the 27th, 2017. The country notified the United Nations on Thursday of its intention to withdraw from the International Criminal Court, which will take effect 1 year now from October the 27th. Burundi becomes the second country to quit the Hague-based court after South Africa submitted its withdrawal to take effect 1 year from October 19th. Gambia has also declared its intention to leave the ICC. South African President Jacob Zuma has asked a court to postpone a hearing scheduled for Tuesday when his application to delay the release of a report over allegations of political influence by his wealthy friends was due to be heard. Presidency spokesperson Bongani Ngulunga said Zuma's lawyers wrote to the court on Thursday saying he wanted the investigation to be reopened so that he could question witnesses himself and give evidence. Brothers Ajay, Atul and Rajesh Gupta, who are close friends of Zuma and run businesses ranging from media to mining, are the subject of the report by the then public prosecutor on allegations that they influenced the appointment of ministers. Now, Zuma has denied granting them undue influence and they have denied seeking it. To sports now, Manchester United great Sir Alex Ferguson says he's been impressed with Arsenal forward Alex Iwobi this season. The 20-year-old emerged from the Gunners Academy last season and became a first-team regular towards the end of the last campaign. Ferguson admits he has been impressed with the youngster, who he believes has helped to make Wenger's side's title rivals this season. George Leakings has been appointed as the coach of the Algerian national team ahead of the country's crucial World Cup qualifying match against Nigeria. Leakings will replace Milovan Rajovic, who resigned after he'd only taken charge of the team for 2 matches. Algeria's next 2018 World Cup qualifier is away to Nigeria on November 12. The Super Eagles currently lead the group with 3 points, 2 points ahead of their other group rivals Algeria and Cameroon. Now, only the top team will qualify from the group as one of Africa's 5 representatives to the 2018 World Cup in Russia. A damning report has criticized serious failings in the anti-doping operation at the Rio 2016 Olympics. The 55-page World Anti-Doping Agency Independent Observers report accused the management team in the Rio 2016 anti-doping department of a lack of coordination, which is said contributed to putting an almost unmanageable strain on attempts to carry out drug tests. The report said that on some days, up to half of all planned tests due to be carried out in the athletes' village had to be aborted because the athletes could not be found. That's quite serious. Well, that's it in news now. Thank you very much for watching. Continue to stay tuned to TV360.